Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for an upper body day, and I decided today with some stuff I wanted to just go a little heavier. Again, I really want super high quality sets, and I'm wanting to put as much tension as I can on muscles, but I'm trying to not let reps get too low other than my training maxes. So I started off with a training max. I did 335. I moved a little slower than my last couple training maxes because I did go up a little bit, but it didn't feel like 100% max, of course. And keep in mind, guys, when you compare that to some of my older stuff back last summer, I was using an arch, had wrist wraps, a narrower grip. So I'm still getting used to this really wide grip. But the thing is, this really wide grip benching with the flat back is stretching my pecs and giving them way more stimulation than they've ever had. And I feel like over the long term, this is going to continue to contribute to a bigger chest, and that's going to end up giving me a bigger bench. And I think particularly with me pushing incline work really hard also, it's going to do that. But today I decided to keep the volume also a little more moderated. I just wanted 5 sets outside of the training max for the pushing and pulling, and then I focused on arms afterwards. And again, wanting everything to be heavy, but nothing under about 6 reps. So I picked weights that I felt I could grind out 6 with. So for the first set of bench and chins, I went a little lighter. So I got 10 reps easy with the 245. And then I did, 8 reps on chins. And I decided to go a hair narrower grip on chins. Now you'll notice the dead hangs. Again, people always talk about the lockout. Those are dead hangs at the end. That is my lockout. Sorry, guys. And I hate having to explain it over and over. But I mean, if I go to a dead hang, I don't really know what more people want from me. What do you do? But I went up to 275. I did 2 sets of 6, and these I felt like that I had no real reps in reserve after the other work and the fatigue. And again, before people point out the strength from previously, again, I'm benching flat back with a really wide grip. This is a little harder for now, but I feel like as I build my chest up, it's going to go really well. But I did sets of 6, and then I went up to a 45-pound plate for the weighted chins, and I knocked out 2 sets of 6. All these sets, for these last 2 sets on both of these were pretty much limit sets. I hit failure on the chins after that. I wanted to see if I could grab a 7th rep on the second set with the 45, and I couldn't. Went into the dead hang, and I could not come out of the bottom. So again, we hit failure there. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm keeping the volumes more moderated, but we're still doing a minimum of 10 sets for every muscle group a week if we do this. Keep that in mind. 10 hard sets. And that's if we don't count the training maxes on the benching or the deadlifting as chest or back or any of that. But then I want extra work for arms. Arms are going to be the highest priority. So my arms will always get more work than everything else currently because they need to come up the most. Realistically, my arms need the most work in terms of just visually. So they're going to get a priority. They're going to get isolated. And I'm going to start pushing the isolation work way harder. Instead of just chasing the really high rep pump, it's like now I'm going to start pushing tension but with pretty strict form and try to just get really, really strong even at my isolation work. And it made a difference today, and we'll discuss that at the end. All right, the chins here on this set, again, I went a little narrower grip, and that's also harder for me to get to the bottom. I can get a little higher up, though. But I felt great lat and great bicep activation. And a lot of this, though, keep in mind, why am I doing chins and underhand grip Yates rows and everything? Because my biceps need the most work, and I've got a massive back, right? My back is my biggest muscle group. I'm going to let my back work help contribute to my biceps now. I want all my back exercises. I'm going to use all that back muscle I have to move big weights on movements that do put tension on the biceps. And notice everything forces me into a supine grip I do for the biceps, right? We're doing no easy curl bars. Everything is straight bar, including the chins, the rows, the underhand grip, and the barbell. All right, incline, I'm only going to do 2 sets because, again, I feel like I really want these two to go good. So I feel like I can do 225 again for work sets. Like I've done 185 for 3 sets of 10. I'm like, let me just put 225 on. Take it for a spin. Try to keep it strict. Touch the chest on every rep, obviously. That really wide grip. Again, I'm trying to hammer my upper chest. It went really well. I got 6, and then on the next set I got 8. All right, I'm in a good place with that. I'd like to get to sets of 10 with the 225, just like I'd like the 275 bench sets to get to 10 also. All right, the rowing, I went ahead, chalked up good, gripped these a hair narrower because I can grip it better. I got my 10 reps without resetting on the first set. Super happy about that. Again, now my back is pumped. Now you guys see what I mean by I'm just going to let my back coast and make sure all my back work is bicep work now. The incline, though, I feel like incline visually will round out everything I need besides the arms, and it will bring that bench up. If I'm going to bench really wide, incline bench carries over extremely well. But look at this, 8 reps. Super happy with this, especially given the grip width, going at it raw with no wrist straps, dug in tight. I'm not using any cheating or leg drive, to drive my butt. I'm keeping the butt stuck hard to the bench. I'm not letting myself cheat. I had some clown try to say that's a flat bench. No, it's not. I'm using no real arch, and I'm at it's a 45-degree incline. Come on. But super happy, 8 reps. Keep hammering that. All right, the rows, I reset on rep 9 and then managed to get 12 total. So I set it on the floor to let the grip do better. So I'm doing a little better with the grip on this. It's improving my grip. Again, the point people bring up with this, they're like, well, if the grip is so difficult on this, why not use straps? Because this is part of my grip training. Again, notice I don't pull with straps and I have a massive back. So anyone who says that nonsense, as I've said for years and years, don't let your grip limit your back. That doesn't happen. Quit doing cheat rows and you won't have that problem. Come on, guys. But that felt really good there because then I managed to squeeze out a couple more reps. Again, my lats and biceps were lit. Triceps, I'm like, same thing. I'm doing really good with these behind the head ones, right, where I'm getting that stretch. Like, let's hammer these hard. My triceps hurt still after this. Like, let's go ahead and put a big wheel on, see if we can get tense. I didn't think I could get to 10 reps. This lets me know how much I've been sandbagging triceps. I got to rep 6 and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting to 8. I got to 8, then I managed to get 10. 10th reps were grindy, but I got them. All right, curls, I went back up to the 95. These are not maybe quite as pretty as 75 were, but they're still very strict. We're still full range of motion. No body English, right? Notice my hips and stuff are not moving. All right, my biceps got a great pump from this. They felt good. I don't think I can increase the weight on these yet. So I'm just going to hammer these because we're doing 2 big compounds for biceps, and we'll come and do that fairly strict curl, but I wanted more weight, and I could only get 8, and then I managed to squeeze out something like 10 or something on the last set by doing a little rest pausing. All right, these extensions, the same thing I got in here by rep 6. I'm like, I don't know if I can do more. But I managed to get to 10 again, and then I got 9 on the 3rd set. Super happy about that. Now, I will say that my triceps by the end of each of these sets were hurting, and it wasn't a normal burn. Like, man, they almost felt like sharp pains through the whole tricep. But again, I need the arm development. I ended up doing a set of band press downs after, but I didn't put that in the vlog. We don't need it. I did one really high rep set of band press downs to make sure those tendons stay healthy, because that is a lot of weight on the triceps now. All right, then the curls. So the curls all felt good though. So the same thing, my biceps hurt after this. So again, instead of chasing purely pump, let's try to get stronger at these isolation movements. Let's try to get stronger at them. Just like we're going to bring the chins up, the rows up, the underhand grip rows, and we're going to curl. I'm going to force the biceps to grow. I'm going to force them to grow. I'm not going to give them a choice. So the arm work is going to be pushed hard. But again, I'm not chasing this endless pump stuff. That didn't work as well as I would have liked doing, 20 sets of really high rep pump work. It didn't work as well as I would have liked. So now we come over and we put tension on them. And it's just going to be consistency. So people say, well, why are the biceps? Well, number one, I have really long arms. I don't have the best bicep insertions. I tore one over 20 years ago. It's been fixed. But I haven't trained them consistently enough, really. So now we're going to come in and we're going to prioritize them. Notice my upper body days are very tricep dominant, very bicep dominant. All the pulling is done supine now. Not like I'm going to lose back development, right? My back is, again, my biggest muscle group. Not a problem. All right, so the curls, I did a little rest pausing to get to the end so that I got past 8 reps. Arms were totally trashed at the end of this in a good way. Overall, very happy with today's workout, so I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.